driving at night, and
Yeah.
during the weekdays I drive during the daytime.
Mm.
But I could do my job in the sense like my good job, but I need to be flexible in a sense. And when I was working with my job, I saved not to struggle. So that's why I mean, you understand what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
different here.
Yeah.
Not having healthcare and all that puts a burden, but still, you have asthma, so
Mm.
you work things out. It's okay. Life is.
But aren't you able to get a job in the same like IT
Yes,
here in the High
I
Point?
can in High Point, but then because I don't have any family here in the High Point,
Mm-hmm.
so it's difficult to deal having kids having full
Yeah.
time. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I can work IT if I can. I used to work that job
Mm.
for 6 years from home.
Yeah.
Like I used to telecommute, I used to VPN into the network and all whatnot,
Mm.
and used to work. But then they had they have merger with another bank. They start laying people off, and that's how. And then I figured, let's be flexible, let's take it easy, not to rush. But so, I drive to keep my bills paid. I mean, I don't have to pay the mortgage. I bought the house because it was on. I don't know if you know a term called foreclosure. That means people who didn't make the payments, bank took over it. So I bought a house at a very cheap price.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't have to pay monthly rent or mortgage or
Okay.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's because in America that's one's biggest expense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard so.
Yeah, people in America, they sometimes they live beyond their means,
Mm.
meaning they get expensive cars, expensive houses, and they live in debt most of their lives.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to live like that, so I was smart. I guess I saved when I was living in New York, and it paid off in a sense that
Yeah.
I don't have to struggle or be dependent on anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I used to pay my ex-wife child support almost $1,300 a month.
Whoa.
Yes, when I had my job was paying well at the time. So, and she didn't used to spend a single dime on the kids, but everything happens for a reason, I guess.
It's good that they are
In a better
together
place.
with you now.
Yes. They don't even want to go to her, live with her, or even talk to her on the phone. It's crazy.
Okay.
Because my ex, she used to. At that time he was 10 years old. She used to hit him a lot, like physically, like it was bad. And he used to cry to come to me, and and my daughter used to cry every time. Used to go to the mom because she used to date a lot, meet a lot of men, and she didn't like that. My daughter, I mean, kids want to be in a nice, peaceful environment.
Yeah.
And wherever she was, there was violence, like verbal abuse, physical abuse. So. And I mean, in America, a lot of people. What happened was, one day my daughter started hysterically crying. As you can see, I have a dash cam recording the front. I switched it around, and she didn't know that she was being recorded. And I showed it to the social worker, who deals in cases like this. And one thing led to another. I ended up getting the custody after 9 years fighting for them.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing in a sense. In America, a lot of people. I don't know if you watch YouTube videos on crazy drivers. Most of them are in Russia. A lot of accidents. If you type in like crazy accidents, 95% of the videos you will see coming from Russia.
Yeah.
and they have really bad accidents, especially even when it's snowing and they don't have a median like this.
Yeah.
Cars I see like literally hitting into semis, huge
Yeah.
Volvo trucks.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep use a dash cam. God forbid if somebody runs a red light.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Is it common to have a dash cam in Sweden also?
No, definitely not. No, I don't know anyone that has it. But
really?
No, but it's a good thing to have.
Right. Don't you think it should be like they have now GPS standard in certain cars?
Yeah.
They should have a dash cam standard in cars. One.
Why not?
Exactly. I mean, that's what I was just curious to know.
Yeah, it's easy to find out, like, as you say, like, with insurance and everything.
Right, yes. So I don't have to explain to the officer because they don't have at traffic lights in Sweden. Do they have cameras to record?
I don't. Some places maybe.
Some places,
yeah.
okay. Big cities, I guess.
Yeah.
But not smaller towns.
No.
So yeah, they don't have speed cameras or whatever.
Yeah, speed cameras they have.
Yeah, they have speed cameras.
Yeah.
But they have apps to determine speed cameras, and this also runs the speed camera thing and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel safe driving with it, know. And in Winston, where you were, there's I was mentioning Wake Forest University. A lot of students over there come from very rich families, and they become too snobby and I don't understand one thing. They try to put like 4 or 5 people in a small car like this in the back. And I don't like to argue with them, so I just tell them, please get out. Whoever requests it needs to sit in, otherwise I won't take that. I turn off my car and I tell them, that's it.
Yeah.
You gotta take out your friends out, or it's a hassle.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because I'm sure they have Uber in Sweden also,
yeah,
right?
they do.
Yeah, I can literally see cars in Sweden also because I have on this this phone, I have a fake GPS. I can put the pointer anywhere in the world and I can see Uber cars driving around.
Okay.
I put it in Finland, I put it in Sweden, Austria, you name it.
Is it to see the prices?
To see prices of the cars, what kind of cars, icons they have, and I use it here more often because of the fact that they don't let Uber does not let you see other cars. Before they did, they become smarter and smarter because to see how many cars are in one city. Now I can see literally every single place in Greensboro, Thomasville, High Point, in Winston where the cars are. And a lot of drivers, I don't know if you know about, do you know the surge? Like they increase the price after supply and demand.
Exactly,
So a lot of drivers tend to drive towards the surge. It's not a good idea to drive towards the surge. By the time you get there, the surge is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
And what I do is when I see the surge, I put the pointer over there. And what they do is basically, if the cars are not disappearing, like people are not requesting, the surge is going to go away. So I can see with the fake GPS where the cars are and where the cars moving. So it's like, what should I say? I've learned the trade, of this business. How to maneuver myself.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Most drivers just mostly drive with one phone, and I use like 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, and these phones don't have service basically. No. I don't know if you know. Every Thanksgiving in America, they have a thing called Black Friday.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, so the things get really cheap. So I buy most of my phones on Black Friday, which prices are less than half.
Yeah.
And I don't need service on them because I have the